Give all my love to Oakland. If I'm going to claim somewhere, I'm going to claim Oakland.
What do you feel Oakland needs, like in the 60s they came up with the Panthers who was stomping strong through Oakland and made noise. What's going to make noise today?
Oakland got it.
Okay, you guys should be able to hear me now. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me get my desktop music going. And hello, welcome Raiders. You guys caught me completely off guard. Hi. I guess I'm starting stream early. Happy Pride, Chef de Party. You heard me, Wolfie. Okay. So today, hi, I'm Jane. This is my kitchen. I do soul food from around the world. Today, I'm not really cooking anything. I'm heating up a bunch of leftovers. However, my chat did a community redemption, and they did. Okay, yeah, you did hear me, Wolfie. And their redemption was to have me do a sermon for Pride Month. And since I'm doing a sermon for Pride Month anyway, because I don't remember when Pride Sunday actually is, I have a sermon. I'm all dressed up. This is what I would wear to church for Pride Sunday with the requisite jacket because, don't need to flash the goodies or anything. Um, and yeah, got my stole right here. And in about 20 minutes, since I started a little bit early, I'm going to be doing my sermon. So if you want to hear it, stick around. It is indeed, it is a dress of many colors. I made this myself, by the way. So, you can't really see the whole thing right now. Hold on. If I sit up here, okay, something like this. This is the dress I am wearing. So, thank you. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. So yeah, today, let's see. What can I do to stall for 20 minutes? Do you guys want to see the snacks I've made so far? It reminds me. You remember the glamour shot. I'm impressed that you remember the glamour shot. So y'all, on my wall over here, which you can't see from the camera, but chat got a chance to get a glimpse of at one point because my camera does track me. I have on my wall a glamour shot from when I was in college. I will show y'all the glamour shot if you want to see it. So, if you want to see it, type 1. If you want to see something else, type 2. Because I have snacks. I can show you snacks. I might make a snack. Of course, Wolfie wants to see it again. Okay, Robin wants to see it. Okay, hold on. Let me open my window. It's really warm today, y'all. So, and somehow that. Oh, the camera was following me. Okay. Hold on. Wow, that was weird. Okay. So let's show you a glamour shot. Increase the desktop sound a little bit. Okay, here's my glamour shot. Okay, you ready? You ready? This is me in college. You ready? That's me. The bright light killed the camera's attention. Probably. That's me. I believe that was my freshman year in college. Yeah, this was like the last of the Glamour Shots photos. A couple of, maybe a year or two after this. Glamour Shots shut down as a chain. So that was different. Okay, y'all can hear me. I don't know why my closed captioning isn't working anymore, but it is what it is. I'll fix it. But yeah, so that's me. Looking better, well, with a lot of makeup. I'll just say that much. So there you go. But yeah, so that's the Glamour Shots photo. And I think I'm gonna get a snack. And the snack that I made, I'm actually going to get out a saucer. So one of the things that have been, super trendy to make are yogurt bites. And you take yogurt and you mix it with fruit and then you freeze it, like in blobs or whatever. And then you dip them in chocolate. I ran out of chocolate. So I made that. There's a whole bag of them, by the way. That is raspberries. Ooh, caramel. I did not think of caramel. That's a great idea. This is raspberries and yogurt. And I think some sort of sweetener, all mixed together, frozen, and then dipped in chocolate. So that's snacks. That's my diabetic snacks. Yeah, it's pretty darn tasty. I think JD keeps forgetting that these are in here. Either that or his teeth are too sensitive. I get the whole bag to myself. Also working on an arts and crafts. Mm-hmm. Very refreshing. It gets warmer in the afternoon here. I guess that's common sense. But yeah, it's warm. I just opened the window. I think my sliding glass door is open. I have to check again. Oh no! Definitely schedule a dentist appointment. I've got one coming up next week, I think. It's a standard 3-month appointment. Making sure my teeth are okay, because this one back here has a bad habit of developing, I'm not going to say a cavity, but an infection, which I hate. But I've been using water picks and doing everything else, and that kind of stuff. That helps. And I would rather pay $30. Exactly, Wolfie. I'd rather pay the $30 for a water pick than pay like $400 for a deep cleaning. Those deep cleanings are effective, but $400 can pay a bill. Why would I do that to myself? Okay, so Wolfie, you've seen this, but I'm going to show everybody else. Hold on, y'all. So I decided I wanted a coffee cup, like a portable. Not chi. No. And I wanted something that I could take with me when I drove somewhere or something, and I could take coffee with me. I don't have anything like that. I have like thermoses, but these are awkward, and I hate trying to clean them. They suck. So I bought a coffee cup. I'm still mad I paid $20 for the coffee cup, but I'll make it work. And I tried to strip the front to put a pattern on it. That did not work. Here's what it was supposed to look like. This is what I was shooting for. This is what was supposed to happen. This did not happen. So, after I completely botched the front of this, I decided to put some vinyl on it instead. So now this is covered in vinyl. And then somebody in my craft group gave me the idea to put this on the back. And this is a line from You Made It. Kyberg, you're totally in. You made it. This is a line from the show Hogan's Heroes, for anybody who ever watched it. So I figured, lady was like, hey, it'll go with the Phoenix. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of how it turned out. And Kyberg knows exactly what I'm talking about. Put this. Okay, we are almost at 20 minutes. Let me go get my sermon. Oh. Some of you have seen this as well. This is another stole I made. Sunday is actually Pentecost Sunday. So I made this part, and then when I'm feeling particularly froggy, let me back up so you can get the full effect. Yes, there are Care Bears on my stole. If you look closely, you'll notice that their images are a little different. That too, Wolfie, that too. And I'm quoting that. So I have my social justice Care Bears on here. So like I said, when I really feel like starting some drama, this is the one I wear. And then there's the one on this side. I almost put one on in the back, but I decided against it. So JD helped me get the images for this. So this is the stole I'll be wearing Sunday. However, because it's Pentecost Sunday, I will not be wearing the Care Bear side out. I will be wearing the flame side out. The green one? Let's see. Which one is the green one? Oh. This is Transgender Bear. Transgender Rights Bear. That's what that one is. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me get all set. There you go. See, Robin gets me. Robin's gotten me from the beginning. Pat, I'll tell you a secret. I was actually scared of Robin when I first met him. Like, on Twitch. I saw him, and I was like... And then I calmed down and realized he wasn't really a scary person. So, yeah. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and start my sermon. And I am going to change the music a little bit here to something that's a little bit more cerebral. I love this sound. I'm going back to this. We're going to listen to some lo-fi hip hop because I can. So this sermon should be roughly 10 minutes, maybe 15. I actually had two people told me that they wish my sermons were longer. I am not understanding this concept. Because those of you who have attended church before know that a lot of sermons, you tend to drift off after like the first 5 minutes. So my sermons are like 7 minutes long. Maybe. They're like, no, 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 no. We want them longer. I'm like, why? They're so good. We want to hear more. Still, foreign concept, but okay. Fortunately, this topic I have a lot to say. All right. And this is a good way for me to see exactly how long this is. Wait, no closet, iron fish, no Hindu Wait, okay, so you're still trying to figure out all the Care Bears. Is that right, Wolfie? I'll explain it to you before I get started. Trying not to flash shoulders. Oh, you're being silly. You're such a doof. I love it. Anyway, okay, you ready? You ready? Here we go. Happy Pentecost Day. The story of the Tower of Babel is one of conformity and restriction. But Pentecost is a story of holy disruption and spaces for transformation. We'll talk about Pride Month, which has a lot in common with this concept, in a moment. But what we need to know is that the Spirit speaks in every language, including the voices of LGBTQ people, proclaiming that everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. To really dive into this story, we have to go back to Genesis. In chapter 11, 1 through 9, we hear about how the world spoke one language and how they decided to build a tower for posterity. Their fear was that they would be scattered all over the earth, and rather than be separated, they kept everyone in one place. God immediately saw a problem. The goal of the tower was to build a monument to humanity, to make itself greater than God. And if they had the hubris to do that, then they had the hubris to do anything they wanted to, because they would no longer respect and worship their creator. There would be no diversity. Everyone would be controlled and consolidated into a uniform way of life in that society. Those who chose to go against the grain would be punished, and the rules could change on a whim. So, God mixed up their languages. The people were no longer able to remain a monolith, so, group by group, they left the tower and found their own way in the world, just as God had intended. The roots of Pride Month are in a fight between the customers and the police at the Stonewall Inn on June 28, 1969. At the time, it was perfectly normal for the police to raid gay bars and arrest anyone they found. The bars could be shut down and lose their licenses for having gay patrons or employees. Some bars got around this by either bribing the cops or blackmailing rich gay patrons by threatening to out them, but this only added to the problem. That night marked a turning point because the patrons fought back. According to witness reports, the lesbian activist Stormé de Laverie was handcuffed and roughed up. The crowd, seeing this act of police brutality, started taunting the officers and throwing pennies and bottles. The mob forced the raiding party to retreat into the bar itself and barricade the doors. Eventually, things settled down, and the next night, Stonewall reopened, right on time. But the police returned with an even larger force and used their batons and tear gas on the crowd. The movement didn't end there. The word spread throughout the community. Despite the media resorting to homophobic slurs to explain the event, as one mild example is "Homo Nest raided, Queen Bees are stinging mad" from the New York Daily News, the spirit of rebellion spread all over the nation. The first gay pride march, called the Christopher Street Liberation March, took place on June 28, 1970, the anniversary of that police raid, and as a fitting end to the first Gay Pride Week. Later, groups like the Gay Liberation Front, the Gays Activist Alliance, and more were created. Thanks to the hard work of these activists and leaders, it's no longer normal for gay bars to be raided or for gay folks to be arrested on sight. Unfortunately, there are still homophobes who are perfectly willing to kill someone because of who they love. This is the case with Jonathan Joss, a voice actor for the show King of the Hill, who was shot to death by a neighbor while out with his husband. This is one of many ways in which we can still see the echoes of Babel today. Our administration wants to make a name for itself, so it's targeting those who aren't straight, white, and male. It fears what it cannot control. This month, Pride Month, is a reminder of that, and that our LGBTQ siblings are still undergoing this type of oppression. When we initially read this story, we think of it as a curse from God, but that's only if we see it as a final solution. What God was doing was setting in motion an event that would culminate in our passage from today from Acts. It wasn't a curse, but a time-released blessing. In Acts, the disciples were gathered together for the Feast of Pentecost. Now, contrary to what we might think, the original Pentecost has nothing to do with what happened that day in Jerusalem. The actual feast, known as Shavuot, or the Feast of Weeks in Hebrew, commemorates the covenant at Sinai and the giving of the law to Moses. It's celebrated 50 days after Passover, hence Pentecost. It's also the second major festival in the Jewish liturgical calendar. Shavuot this year happened to be on June 2nd, so we're right on time. According to the book of Exodus, when the law was given at Sinai, God spoke from the midst of the wind and fire burning on the mountain. Israelites were given instructions on their new relationship. They were told what blessings they would receive for their obedience and the price they would pay if they did not follow God's mandates. Centuries later, what we Christians know as Pentecost took place, 50 days after Jesus' resurrection. Crucifixion. I like to think that Jesus planned it that way because it was such an important day. The disciples were gathered in Jerusalem for the celebration when wind and fire, reminiscent of God's visit to their ancestors, suddenly appeared out of nowhere. But instead of hearing God and watching the fire, God spoke to them and gave them fire. And instead of passively receiving instructions, they immediately began to speak God's deeds of power. Their new ability to speak in different languages brings the story of Babel full circle. Language was being used to unify, not divide. And here's something important to remember. We can hear, but not understand. Everyone who heard them could now understand who God was, and the understanding was the real miracle. Our LGBTQ society brings many gifts and languages and testimonies to our society. We need to hear and see them all. This day reminds us that God meets people where they are, as they are. No questions asked, no need to control or conform. Come as you are. As the people, surprised by the disruption, wondered what was happening, some accused the disciples of being drunk. So Peter stepped up to explain. Here, we see Peter using his powers for good, so to speak. We know him as the hot-headed coward who was quick to assert his loyalty, yet denied Jesus times during the crucifixion. This is a wiser, more mature Peter, who began to preach the prophecy of Joel and point out that everyone, young and old, servant or free, man or woman, would be granted the Spirit of God. The passage specifically says all flesh. Everyone, without exception, could receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. We are called to be radically inclusive, boldly affirming the Spirit in all flesh. And that means our siblings are part of this promise too. There are LGBTQ folks that are part of this church. I'm preaching at 2 churches, by the way, and both of them have LGBTQ people in them. Touched by the Holy Spirit and doing things that could alter the way we experience God. So how do we live out Pentecost today? There are a few ways. First, we'll listen to those who are speaking. We have to hear them out as they explain how their authentic selves are being erased in an attempt to control and consolidate them. Second, we name and repent of the ways that the church has silenced and scattered those voices. And lastly, we create space for the Spirit to speak and continue to speak to all of God's people, regardless of who they are or where they come from. Sometimes the space is given to you. Sometimes you have to make it yourself through holy disruption. We ontvangen von de Vader, Sohn en Heilige Geist. Recibes el regalo de Espíritu Santo. Receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. Pentecost wasn't just a one-off thing. It's the movement of the Spirit from the disciples' experience all the way down to this Sunday service. This Pride Month, let's strive to become a Pentecost people, full of diversity, inclusivity, courage, and passion for spreading the love of God. God has not stopped speaking, neither should we. The motto of UCC is, God is still speaking. Today is a reminder of that. Our goal is to listen and understand. And then at the end of stream, I will give you guys the benediction that I am going to give once everything is about to be over. Like the final thing, the benediction I'm going to give to the church. So that's my sermon. 8 minutes, yo. And I could actually add like another minute to that because I forgot to start the timer on. Not bad. Thank you, Nadi. My pleasure. Hello, Pura. How are you, babe? Good to see you. You came in time to hear the community redemption that all y'all donated bits for. Oh, good grief. You in the sink. Thank you, Kyberg. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. From you, that's high praise. I try to format my my message in such a way that everybody can get it. Hello, Atalanoa. Of course, you're looking at it. This. All right. I feel very accomplished now. I almost made 10 minutes. Don't toss a fork at the light. Didn't do anything to you. And when I actually do this sermon, I'm going to be a lot slower than this was. So it could very well stretch to 10 minutes. Oh, it hurt your eyes. I'm sorry, babe. The new guy is driving you insane. What did he do? Yeah, Sunday is Pentecost Day, so I will not be wearing this. I will be wearing a red dress of some kind. Hopefully a cool one, because oh, it don't feel good. Oh, poor baby. I would turn this light off, but then I can't see. He brought you a Seriously? The heck? How does that even happen? I don't even... Songbird! What do you want me to sing / play? And now that I'm done, I'm having a drink. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck with gin and Coke. Wait, do I have Sprite? I have Sprite! Okay, I don't have to drink gin and Coke. Yay! A gentle song. Okay. Okay, I have a good one for you. Coke and Sprite for drink mix. Yes. Pink gin and Fresca. I wish. But Kyberg, I can't really drink Fresca because it's grapefruit based. And that's something I'm not supposed to. Lurk on, Atalanoa, lurk on. Okay, so I'm going to put this song on, and I am going to go change clothes. This dress is cool and all, and it's polyester, and it doesn't stain. I hate wearing dresses in the kitchen unless it's a sarong. So I'm going to change it to something a bit more simple. Besides, I might want to take this. All right, so definitely safer. Yes. Also, burns. They're bad. Bad, okay? Naked bacon rolls, right? He left without money? How? I'm not understanding. Dude. Okay, so we are going to go. We are going to. Okay, it's going to play right now. I'm muting myself, my.
Out the kitchen. You're watching some cooking with the one and only Jay Henry.
You're all here for the very same reason. 'Cause you can't jump the track. We're like cars on a cable, and life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, girl. So cradle your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. Oh, breathe. Just breathe. May he turn 21 on the base of Fort Bliss just today. He said down to the Guinness Fest ain't been since maybe October of last year. And here in town you can tell he's been down for a while, but my God, it's so beautiful when the boy smiles when I hold him. Maybe I'll just sing about him, and she calls me 2 a.m. and she calls me.
Yo, this is Scratchin' Jackson. If you can't stand the heat, get on up out the kitchen. You're watching some cooking with the one and only Jay Henry.
Can you hear the music now?
So accusing, their eyes like they have any right at all to criticize hypocrites. You're all here for the very same reason. 'Cause you can't jump the track. We're like cars on a cable, and life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, girl. So cradle your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. Oh, breathe. Just breathe. May he turn 21 on the base of Fort Bliss just today. He said down to the Guinness Fest ain't been since maybe October of last year. And here in town you can tell he's been down for a while, but my God, it's so beautiful when the boy smiles when I hold him. Maybe I'll just sing about it. 'Cause you can't jump the track. We're like cars on a cable, and life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, boys. So cradle your head in your hand and breathe. Just breathe. Oh, breathe. Just breathe. There's a light at each end of this tunnel. You shout 'cause you're just as far in as you'll ever be out. And these mistakes you made, you just make them again if you only try turning around. 2 a.m. and I'm still awake writing a song. If I get it all down on paper, it's no longer inside of me, threatening the life it belongs to. And I feel like I'm naked in front of the crowd, 'cause these words are my diary screaming out loud. And I know that you'll use them however you want to, but you can't jump the track. We're like cars on a cable, and life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button now. Sing it if you understand. And breathe.
welcome back. All right, I was muted because I wanted to be sure. Does somebody want an actual snack? Oh my God, who are you and why are you here? My cat is yelling at me. Come here. Want a snack? There. There you go. This is for all of you who redeemed Treat the Cat, and the cat didn't want to get treated. Oh my God, I hope not. Hold on, y'all. You get one more and that's it. Here, get it. And we're done here. Yes. So Kitty now has been snacked. So cheers, y'all. Mimi, how are you? Thank you for coming in here. Cassie, hello. How are you today? Y'all came in just after I did my redemption, my group, my community redemption. I did my sermon for Sunday, my Pride sermon. Cheers. You thought I was talking to JD. Wow. Okay, so today's dinner is going to be super, super, super easy and low stress. It is going to be leftovers that I am going to reheat. Today's breakfast was also super, super, super easy. Y'all, if you want a super easy breakfast that is super low stress, tomato egg. Get you some tomato egg. I find it interesting that Frosty said nothing about my sermon. I am somewhat disappointed. Bad Frosty, bad, bad. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am laying out the food that is going to get reheated in the toaster oven. So some's going to get reheated in the toaster oven, the crispy stuff. And some is going to get heated via the microwave. I brought so much food home, and now I kind of wish I'd brought more home. Can we even eat all this? Good Lord. Ow. There we go. And there's still more stuff that we can eat, but I think some of this is going to get saved for either tomorrow's dinner or a lunch, or we might even be able to finagle it into a breakfast of some kind. There we go. Ah! Thanks for the hug. Okay, and we're good here, I think. Something. Ah! I have peaches that need to be eaten. That's tomorrow's breakfast. You're going back to the new Dune game? How is it? Okay, y'all, so we've got fried stuff that's going to get heated up and crispied. Fascinating. Very interesting, Wolfie. I didn't know that. Okay, so we are going to actually, you know what? I'm going to preheat this oven. We're going to air fry. We're not broiling, we're baking. We are going to air fry and we start. When it gets up to temperature, we're gonna put our food in there, make it crispy. Oh, you like it? That's great. That's good to hear. Or why are you swiping stuff off the counter? Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said for learning something new. You were flopping on my counter. Good. All right, that's heating up. Now I'm gonna make some plates. No problem. Remember everything that you need to remember. I know you've got a list. Do your thing. I need to start thinking about packing myself, but before I do that, I have work to do. I have work to do. So much fried rice, guys. I'm trying to make, okay, this is supposed to be my plate. Supposed to be. So I'm trying to go easy on the starches. Okay. This and this, JD can have these two. This can be for me, and then I have some space for the crispy stuff. So that works. That over here. I'm gonna give JD a bowl. I hope he's gonna have enough to eat. Well, to be fair, I keep forgetting about the stuff in there. Hey, it's Bay! Y'all say hi to my Bay. Totally my Bay. Bay, how you doing? You came during a decidedly uncreative time. I'm heating up leftovers for dinner. We're having Chinese food. I'm glad to hear it. Y'all, let me shout out a few people, first and foremost. So, Mimi Kamasama is part of Pretty Good Gaming. Y'all need to follow because they're awesome. And they're fun, and they do IRLs. And I'm like at their house at least once a month, which is hilarious. So you should follow Pretty Good Gaming. And then there's Kyberg, who you should also follow, who is a gamer and a good friend. We know each other IRL. And let me see if I can do this. There we go. And then we have Kyberg. Uh-oh. Can somebody shout out Kyberg, because I don't remember what the last two numbers are. Where are you? 60. Okay. Bam. Okay. And then, oh, I'm changing Frosty at some point, I'm gonna figure out how to change Frosty so their shoutouts aren't cooldown anymore. Anyway, and then there is Bayesian Ash, who is a gamer. Her brain is hurting itself. I'm dying. That's hilarious. I know, right? Maybe. Okay. So Bayesian Ash is a gamer. Is a total geek when it comes to Warhammer. And you know what? She helped me figure out a joke that is in GTA 5 that I didn't realize was a joke. I got most of the other jokes in the game, but there was one that just... And when she explained about Warhammer, I was like, oh. So that was helpful. So you should follow Bayesian Ash. Do not be distracted. Yes, your Warhammer lore did come in handy. So now every time I see that joke come up, I think about them like, that's why they put it in there. Now I understand. But you should follow Do Not Be Distracted by the Bazongas. Bay is rather well endowed. Do not be distracted though. In fact, you know what? You know what I think it is? I think the Bayesian Ash is the viceroy among monarch butterflies. Deep thoughts, man. Thoughts. Yeah, Purr, there's shrimp in here. I don't know if that's... Yeah. Yes, be distracted by those bazongas, not the other bazongas. So by the viceroy of monarchs, this is what I mean. Oh, good grief, Purra. So viceroy butterflies have a coloring very similar to monarch butterflies. The reason for that is because monarchs are very bitter to birds. They do not like eating monarch butterflies. Viceroy butterflies aren't bitter, so they prefer eating viceroys. But since viceroys look like monarchs, they kind of have that cloaking effect. So you don't, so if you're a bird, you don't want to take that chance. You just leave the butterfly alone. Yeah, I know, right? The things you learn living in a state where monarch and viceroy butterflies are. Yes, camouflage, precisely it. And mimicry. Mimicry's good. Hiding your loot in a minefield. I'm just saying. So, if you are distracted by Bay's bazongas, you will totally miss the brilliance that comes in her gaming. I think she might have planned it that way. See, because you underestimate her in a game, then she whips your butt. Man, she's been paying attention. Her eyes are up here. See. That sucks, Mount. I'm really sorry you are dealing with that. I don't know if you said it already, but what did the doctors say? Like, is there a way for them to treat it? Well, it's true. I really honestly think it's because you are very talented and very creative. I will, and you've heard this 20 million times before. If you had a penny for every time that you have heard what I'm about to say, you would be rich. Like you would be somewhere on an island just throwing money around like you were, a 90s rapper in a video or something. Surgeries are, ooh. Okay, what do you think? Are you going to go for it? I'm curious if you're going to do the surgery. So, I have heard you referred to as a booby streamer by someone that I know. Okay, Purra, here. You can have this plate. But you may have to talk to JD first. But and when I tried to argue, I'm like, okay, yes, but you know, it's not like she doesn't do anything. Right, again, if you had a penny for every time you have heard this, you would be filthy rich on an island somewhere. Right. Did I mention she's highly intelligent, y'all? I just, in case you didn't get that already, I mean, I'm kind of mad about getting rid of pennies. That makes me sad. I like pennies. Pennies have a time and a place. Bruh. I wish I could send you a bowl. Yeah, okay, so if it's the only way to get rid of it, I guess you gotta do the thing, huh, Mountain? Good luck with that. Have you scheduled a date yet, or are you still thinking it over? Really? You got rid of pennies in Canada a few years ago. I think I still have a Canadian penny somewhere in my house. That's hilarious, Mountain. I'm dead. That's so freaking funny. I will hold on to it. If I can figure out where that thing went, I will absolutely hold on to it. True that. Very true, Wolfie. Yeah, we do kind of end up with Canadian pennies and then spend them and go, wait a minute, why won't the coin machine take this? Aw. Sucks to not be able to breathe. You have a Canadian $2 bill? I remember I paid for my and JD's marriage license with the Sacagawea dollar coins that came out a long time ago. And I think I might still have an American $2 bill somewhere. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, a 300 trillion Zimbabwe bill. Wow, that's cool, dude. I'm into it. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's a rough one. That's hard. That's hard. So I finally talked to an orthopedic surgeon about getting surgery on my ring finger. And what they told me was, would you like another steroid shot before we talk to the surgeon? I'm like, well, I already got a steroid shot. It lasted about 3 months, and then my finger started acting up again. Oh, I didn't know they still made $2 bills. I thought they stopped making them. Interesting. So, and I'm pretty sure the doctor was, it was mandatory for him to tell me this, but he said, our surgeons normally prefer that a person has had 2 steroid shots before they come and see them to exhaust all options. I said, okay, I understand that. I have been through this surgery 6 times. I've already done steroid shots, done the first one. I know how long it lasts, but I would really prefer to go ahead and schedule. He's like, okay. He did what he was supposed to do. He told me my options. I can't be mad at it. I remember your lay was covered in $2 bills. I totally forgot about that, Mimi. You're right, though. Oh, wow. Okay, I hope they don't have to take out the larger part of your brain. That sucks, dude. 6, yes. Let me see. Both thumbs. Did I do my index fingers? No. Both middle fingers. No, wait. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for the scars. 4, yeah. 5, 6. There, I'm gonna count the wrists too, so that's 6 surgeries. It does help to have a cousin who works with Meg. Nice! That's handy. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna have a nasty headache for a while, Mountain. Okay, so they're cutting a hole in your head and putting some mesh to help give your brain more room. Okay, so that's good. Oh, I didn't know you'd. Okay, Bay, it makes sense that if you are getting a degree in economics, that you would have some courses about money. Totally makes sense. I don't know why that didn't occur to me, but okay. A little slow today. All right. Okay, so we've got our bowls. Our crispy stuff is crisping. I have a drink. That's good. And I'm hungry. Your cerebellum is a little too big. I can see it. Frank. Fascinating. I could see how monetary theory could be a thing. That's deep. Like, a lot of us just don't really analyze our dependence on currency the way we should. Why does currency change over time? What makes something valuable? What makes it not? Etc. 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 Really? It did manifest until your teens or 20s. Wow. Yeah, exactly. It's just the way things are. This is how it rolls, right? Money is money. Okay, so once our crispy bits are crispy, are these getting crispy? Oh. Yeah, I know, right? Give me the green paper. Okay, I am going to sit down for a minute. Oof. Oh, that feels good. I just realized that my subscriber bar is out of date. Let me see what I can do about that. Okay, let me see. The heck? Songbird, what do you want me to sing / play, Pura? Aw, that sucks, Mountain. That asparagus chicken meal was surprisingly good. Like, there were no specific amounts given. I went through the entire video and transcribed the amounts to the best of my ability. JD went ahead and watched the video and just kind of guessed and checked. The only thing that he messed up on was where the peppers went. So there are a couple of hot peppers that go into the dish, and he was not paying attention, or he missed the part where the peppers go. So he had to find it. Original. Que será, será. All right, here we go. I'm gonna mute.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart, what lies ahead? Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, what will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly. Que sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, what will be, will be. Que sera.
Okay, and I will give that song credit. My pleasure, Para. I will give that song credit because that is how I learned the future tense in French. It's not sera, it's serait, but I digress. What am I doing? Right, yes, okay. Lurk on, Para, lurk on. Here we go. It is, unfortunately, Wolfie. It sucks, but it is what it is, right? C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Y'all are putting me in a mood to hear some music now. Okay, hold on. Today is the 5th. Let's see what we got here. This is the 3rd. Second to first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, I did that wrong. Okay. I can't count, y'all. Bear with me. 1. Oh. 1. What are numbers anyway, man? Time for dancing. Okay, so that works. I have no idea how to reset this. There. Okay, we are just gonna here. We're gonna go here. Oh, we're gonna go over here. This is not helping. Okay. Here. Here. Sorry, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay. That's not what I wanted. I give up. I'll deal with it later. It's whatever. Okay. So now, I said... Okay, let's go ahead and play something else. Now, I am in the mood for some music. Let's see if I can remember the name of the artist. Ooh, this one's from the 80s. He was a one-hit wonder. No, he had 2 hits. 2 whole hits. There it is. All right. Ready for a flashback, y'all? Okay, how many people want to see the video to this song? Type 1 if you want to see the video while I'm playing it. I wonder what happened to this. Huh, so Death Stranding 2 comes out for anyone who's interested on the 26th. Okay, Wolfie wants to see it. All right. Cool, cool. Okay, well, Wolfie, because you inspired me about that. And Bay, that link's for you, in case you didn't know. That YouTube link. By the way, y'all, if you want to know the recipe for that asparagus carbonara I made, that YouTube link, that's the video. You are more than welcome, my friend. Absolutely. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the link out. And I will wait until after the commercial break to play this video. I'm gonna be naughty. Let me see. Yeah. This. Ah! Not yet. Not yet. We're gonna go, let's see here. And now we're back. Ha 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 ha. See, Bay, you know a little something. This is why y'all saying need to follow Bayesian Ash. Not now, but now. Like yesterday. Make it happen. Okay. Here we go. All right. Nailed it. Because of course you did. All right, let's watch a little 80s magic, shall we? Here we go. You didn't miss anything, just me complimenting you and getting the answer right. I legit miss this guy. Like, I don't know what happened to him, but I kind of want to know now. All right, let's get back to our music. Sure, let's go to something else. It's fine.
Time that the jazz musicians take up their original.
Go. Actually, we're gonna go to something a little. Okay. Ah.
I just want to have a normal weekend with my old friends like the old days.
All right. So that's done. My food is done. We're gonna go ahead and heat this for. Don't need to. I'm gonna go with 45 seconds. This is a sample. I can't. This is a sample plate because on-screen celebration. You did it. You did it. It did go off, right? Did it go off? I don't know if it went off. I don't know if it went off. Hold on. Oh, it did work. My back was turned. Okay. Whew. I was about to say. That's sad for a second. Okay. So, my plan is to eat my actual food with JD. I'm guessing he at least has another hour to go on his stream. So, this is my little sample, and I'm going to eat this with an egg roll. Okay, y'all, help me figure out what sauce I should use. Do I use Kewpie mayo? Do I use chili crisp? Or do I use rooster sauce? 1 for mayo, 2 for chili crisp, 3 for rooster sauce. That's a tough one, babe. I know, right? Okay, Chris is voting for rooster sauce. Anyone? I like all 3 of them, if that helps. I'm a spicy lady, yeah. I'm a little bit spicy. Okay. Let's do a little chili sauce, a little rooster sauce. Where's my rooster sauce? Here it is. Okay. A little rooster sauce on my egg roll here. Sweet and spicy. It's somewhat crunchy, so that's good. But I think I'm gonna take Mimi's advice. I'm gonna put a little Kewpie mayo on here too. Oh yeah. It's so good. That's amazing. Oh yeah. I would totally do the mayo mix too. I'm down with that. Okay, y'all. Who do we want to raid? Do you want to see food? More food? Or do you want to see gaming? Type 1 for food, 2 for gaming. It's not often that I get to indulge in some rice. Okay, Chris says food. So yeah, this is a rarity for me. You're already hungry? You need a snack bag. That's your problem right there. I'm so hungry, so lazy. I have told JD more than once. He's lucky I'm married to him. Because if I lived alone and I was tired, I would go to bed hungry. But because I know I cannot leave my spouse sitting there with no food, we both end up eating. Here's all. Okay, so we've got 1 vote for food. Right? He's doing me a favor. Right? Okay. Let's see who else is on first. That may help us determine where we go next. I mean, I love my food and drink peeps, but it's difficult when they are basically streaming IRL, them working in the kitchen. They don't have time to talk, which to me is part of the point. So, let's see. Okay, Jeffy J is cleaning. Seeing any cooking. Right, if the stream is too busy, you have no time. Okay, Chef Vlahos. Okay. He's chatting. Ooh, folded metal. Japanese spaghetti sandwich. Well, that seems to be our only option if we want food. Now, there's a bunch of gamers on. So, any other votes? Or are we doing food? I kind of don't feel bad because this guy only has 1 viewer. Food's always good? All right. Cool. Now, do we do cookies or do we do Japanese spaghetti sandwiches? Help me out, y'all. Looks like he just got started too, so hopefully more people are coming. One viewer guy. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's do it. Because Poke Pride Cookie Person has a lot of viewers. Well, more than one viewer guy. I'll put it that way. So they're gonna be okay. So we're gonna raid Folded Metal, y'all. Let's go ahead and do my raid call. Let's do my other raid call. Copy, paste, whichever of the three that you want. Does not matter. I like variety. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. You'll see me again next Tuesday. Once again, I have no idea what I'm making, but a grocery store run is in the works. So something's happening. It may very well be a study stream. Might be a breakfast stream. These will be extremely short. Either way, I will see you soon. And I will talk to you again on Tuesday. Let's go hang with Folded Metal. Let's see what's up with this this spaghetti sandwich business. I don't even know what that is. He's a VTuber, so this should be twice as interesting. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's going on. See you later, babe. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate that. We're out of here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.